Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? Okay, happy Sunday here.
Oh crap! Oh
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Lord! Hey, what can I do for you?
Hmm.
No
Staff key
problem.
cards, take
Got
care of
something
this
for you.
one. Hey, how are you guys? My birthday's now in 3 days. Oh, happy early birthday, Starlight.
Hey, boss. You should have the location of a group of hackers. Make your way over, and I'll explain. Okay, if we want a key cloner to
Love the
access the
CEO
call
name, thank
center
you.
staff entrance, these
Is this
assholes
gonna
don't
be
let us
another
go.
Quartz stream?
We'll need
Nah,
nicely private
I'm
files.
gonna do
You'll need
Quartz
to
Center
evacuate
also
those.
during
We'll
this,
set up
like my
all
own
security
heist,
measures
but I'm gonna
based
help
on
people with their
personal
businesses.
information.
So if people need help with their businesses, just
Please
invite
don't
me and I'll
tell
help you
anyone
out,
we
but
did
I'm just gonna
this.
do one prep
Any
mission
swamp
here.
access to
Hey,
the
GB.
museum, we'll thank ourselves.
Oh yeah, I'll play Vice City Stories for the anniversary, 100%. Trailer 3 date. Hey, and Dingo. Thank you for the super chat. Uh, I will say this about Trailer 3. Hang on. Let me just get in here. So, when it comes to Trailer 3, uh, there's a possibility that it might actually come out this week coming up. Now, don't quote me on this. I'm not saying it's going to. It could very much not come out. But the reason I say it might come out this week, if any, is because the earnings call for Take Two is on Friday morning, or at least Friday morning Eastern time for me. And if they're doing earnings, this week coming up, and then they said on the last earnings date, they on the last earnings call, they said that that the marketing is going to begin in summer, and there has been really almost no marketing besides the cover art released. So it will kind of look weird if they did a earnings call with no trailer. So that's basically what I'll say about that.
Okay, the last thing you gotta do is get to the core center and place the cloner over the keypad without attracting attention.
What do I think of Battlefield 6? It's fun, it's okay, but Battlefield 6 is not the kind of game
Then
that I
use
can
your
play by
signal to the
myself.
data from the
I can
guns on
only
the
play it when
keypad
I'm
back
playing
to
with
us.
friends.
Ray then uses the data to make a key card, and hey, everyone's happy. Well, except Ray. Ray's never happy.
Okay, I don't know how that car hasn't blown up yet. I'm playing all GTA games except GTA 5 because I already played it early this year. The game I'm playing right now is GTA 4. Oh, okay, Pierston. Hey, I love your John Marston outfit on the Red Dead playthroughs. You also have one for Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I want to also come back and replay Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'll do one for Morgan too. Thank you, Cody, for the super chat. Have I ever played Terminator games? Not really. No, I've played. I've I've played the arcade games if those count, but like not a game I actually own. Is Motiel Jus Valencias from Book Smokers an actual real life person? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He was a priest who helped smuggle Lithuanian text under Russian occupation. That was it. He's credited with helping to preserve the Lithuanian language when the Russians tried to destroy it. Will I be streaming GTA 6 on day one? I don't know. I will be doing a playthrough like that on day one. When online launches, I'll do a stream of that too, but I want to do like a video playthrough first. Hey Pro, it's been a year since I've been working at FedEx, and I'm grateful for working with my coworkers, team leader, my manager who admires me. That's good. You have a great team and a great manager. That's hard to get. It's either you have a great team and a terrible manager, or a good manager and a terrible team. But the fact that you have both, that's really that's a place that you want to stay at for some time. What are your honest thoughts on this heist? The heist itself can be fun. It's unique. It's different. But it's the stealth is terrible. The payouts are terrible. The challenge is really annoying for this heist. Maybe, General, I can't make any promises tonight. You're my watch content creator. Thank you, Manaf. Hi, Porsche Addict. I'm having trouble with lasers and dots. I can help you with that. Do you have a heist ready? Want to ride with me, or just did the Tier 4 quartz heist. $5-8 million a day for the last couple of days, but no one wants to ride with me in the armored Karakara. Waste of my time. Oh, you already did it. Wow, that's impressive, Patrick. I'm almost there. I'm like 70% of the way there. Well, Fixated, you can invite me. I can help you with it if you want. I'm just finishing up this prep here. Will I play Red Dead Redemption 2 sometime before GTA 6? You mean the single player, right? Because I do Red Dead Online every Friday. But yeah, I could do it. Thank you, Austin, for the super chat. It's going to be a little hard to fit it in, because I've got to do all the Ace Combat games before Ace Combat 8. Annoying thing about the escape is the helicopter. Yeah, helicopter's very annoying. Thank you, Pierston. Okay, Fixated, you can invite me. Your opinion is overrated? Well, that's fine. My opinion is just an opinion. It's nothing important. No, I have not been at a gas station. Probably not, Vanny. I haven't ever played those games. I'll do the, I haven't done the auction house heist and crime boss yet. But I'm open to playing Five Nights at Freddy's one day. Am I gonna play Ace Combat Zero again? Maybe when, because they're gonna release, like, a remaster of it with Ace Combat 8 or HD remaster, and I'm gonna do, like, the good ending this time, because I did the bad ending last time. Do you want to do my quartz in a bit? I could, Porsche Addict, but I'm gonna help Fixate it first. I was getting ready to switch from Xbox to PS5, because for GTA 6, until the no-disc situation, I can't afford PC, so I'll just stick to Series X. Yeah, and if the next Xbox has discs, that's gonna really make me want to switch. Is the FG-42 an automatic rifle or an LMG? It's not a light machine gun. The FG-42 is more like a battle rifle. I'm trying to reach round 50 of Mob of the Dead in Black Ops 2 Zombies, and I have your video playing in the background. Oh, okay. Thank you, Austin. What are your thoughts on rage bait? What, you mean, like, trying to get a reaction out of somebody? Like getting somebody mad on purpose? Yes, I did hear about that General's alert. What happened to Fixated? Wait. I don't know about, I don't think the FG-42 is a light machine gun. It's more of a battle rifle. Oh, there you are. Okay. Let me actually just Google this really quick. But I'm confident the FG-42 is not a machine gun. Let's see. Hang on. Is the FG-42 a light machine gun? I don't think it is. Let's see. Is it? It's officially classified as a selective fire automatic battle rifle. So okay, so it's not a machine gun then. So I was right. It is a battle rifle. Fixated. Can you invite me to your Can you invite me to your party? Okay, Blinded Eagle. No, I saw your super chat. I can help you also, Porsche Addict. Was that a Ford dealership? No. Okay, Fixated. Can you hear me? Fixated? Okay, I'm ready whenever you are.
The laser is the trap where you have the laser going across the entire room.
Okay.
Trying to get an achievement of getting it fully stealth without getting caught completely, and it's what's pissing me off.
That the best way to do that is with helicopter. Use it once because Oh crap, that went really bad. Helicopter is the best for doing it all stealth. Oh, that went terrible. Can you pick me up? I'm sorry. I landed in the backyard.
I got you.
What are we doing, Roo?
Grabbed the key card one.
Okay. Do the guards have armor?
They don't. I always do the guard shipments.
Okay. I always add more people. I only delete people ever for two reasons. One, if they do something bad, which doesn't really happen much, and two, if they've been offline for like more than a year. So I can add more people. I just have to see who's been offline for like a very long time. And yeah, I heard about that. The actor who plays as Salvatore in in Sopranos, he passed away.
We're spoiled for ways inside, boss. How do you want to do this? You got a drone? Might clear some guards if you give them a zap, you know.
Wait,
This, if you're quick, you can run past everyone.
I know.
Back around. I'll be watching over you on CCTV, you know, like a work from home guardian angel.
You don't know how to kill anybody else. This part, just crouch walk here and just keep to the left side like me. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, usually, these guys, they never see you.
Well, I just always crouch walk just to be safe.
I got you. Nope.
I don't recommend to tase them because sometimes they can hear that.
Replica, but I've seen Ray Crab or Pester, so, you know, I don't know how much I trust that kid's judgment.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hack the elevator the second we go in here. Don't start killing people in the next room yet. Let me hack the elevator, and I will we'll go downstairs, and then we'll loop the cameras, and then that way Hey buddy, hey Christine.
So
Quite the jump you made. Wait, what, Kazi? Okay. Okay, hacked. Okay, we're going to basement. Okay, guys, I will read chat in just a moment. I want to just clear this out here for fixated. Hack that door, yeah.
back in the door.
The Great Circleback Byzantine Hoops Art Deco Circlets. Okay. Hey, Professional, do you still play older games on PS3 for nostalgia? And how do you feel about Sony removing the PS3 store next year? It's stupid that they're doing that. And I wish that PlayStation had backwards compatibility like Xbox did, but it doesn't. But I'm gonna be doing a stream of GTA 4 like the last week of August, and we'll be doing that because that week it's like the week where we're not playing like any PlayStation. Can you loop the cameras? Yeah, thank you. Okay, the rare item is not in the loading bay here. Okay, let's go upstairs right now after you open that, and I'm gonna kill all the guards upstairs, and then do that, and then get all the secondary loot, and then that way, if we get detected, if something goes wrong, we're already have the secondary loot and we just leave. Do you have the EMP by any chance?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Go ahead and open the laser room.
you can hit the password.
Back upstairs.
Okay, I'm disabling the alarm panel right now.
Most of my secondary loot is
Okay,
it's gonna be in the second.
you can get the secondary loot. It's right down here, bottom floor. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna disable this camera. Okay, that should have disabled that camera there, the one that's moving. Credit to my friend Gilly Master also for that, finding that out. But it's okay. Come upstairs with me now.
Oh, yeah. But, come upstairs.
When you're up here, crouch walk when you're up at the top, just so you don't get detected, because sometimes they'll hear you running up the stairs. It's annoying. Okay. Okay, can you get right? I'm gonna get left, and on 3, we'll drop them, okay? 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, that might screw up the elite challenge. I guess we'll see. Uh, stay there. I'll open the room for you. But yeah, we're probably not getting elite challenge. Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
Okay. 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 Okay, there you go. You get in there. It's opened. Oh, the heist is payout is terrible. Okay, the Great Circle back. That's a painting. I think that's that one. Yeah, that's the one you have right there.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it. Primary.
Is that gonna fill your bag?
Uh, it's not though. I'm only grabbing the primary targets that you need. I'm grabbing a few secondaries.
Okay. And then you know what I'm gonna do?
Nowadays,
Hang on. That's
execution of it.
could have got the painting too, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get these extra items. Hopefully, it's more than the painting, because that painting I know is like $150,000. That one, but if I get these, I think this will be more than that. That's $100,000 there, and then I'll get the egg in there too. Hold on. Okay, meet me at the elevator. We're gonna go down. Okay, basement. Oh, what? I hit basement, but it's okay. It's weird. Okay, let's get in there. Oh, yeah, it's the annoying lasers. This is the worst one. I think you missed my super chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Austin. Cheap chef surfing lobster food from garbage pisses you off. Oh, you're talking about in uh extreme cheapskates. I know that one. Hey, Christine. And let me see. Did I miss Austin's super chat also too here? I'm trying to reach around 50 on Mob of the Dead and Black Ops 2 Zombies and have your videos playing in the background. Is that the one you were talking about? Well, the that one is a pretty difficult heist, or not heist, zombies. There's not really that many places you can hide from them in that one, or I should say hold up in. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to do this. I can't make any promises that I'm gonna get through the laser, but I'll try my absolute best.
Alright, let's get back to watching your laser video whenever I have to deal with these.
Yeah, yeah. That laser video that I made helped out a lot of people. I know that it was a lot of people appreciated it. I had so many comments I saw in the laser videos, like people thanking me for it. This one is like literally the worst one because it involves a jump, and I hate the jump so much. Okay, hold on. I'm just looking at the patterns right now. I'm just looking at where those three lasers stop. Okay, hold on. I know how I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be really risky, but I'm gonna try to run across without tripping the ground laser. But I'm gonna have to wait till those two vertical lasers so they move back. Give me a second here. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Okay, hold on, guys. It's not over. If you thought that was easy, there's still this. Let's see if I can get through the dots without making a mistake. Let's see. Okay. Look at that, no mistakes. I know some people are probably like, some people are probably like looking at that, like, how did you not miss one of those? Oh.
Jesus Christ, you're quick at these.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay. We might be able to get your challenge done of not getting detected on the bikes, but it's going to be hard. Because the problem is the helicopters always spawn in. Okay.
Get it without being spotted. I'm gonna focus on effects to be the challenge.
Okay. And if you time the hammer, like with every time he puts it back up, it's actually faster than just hitting X constantly. Okay, it's that. Okay, you can run over there, get ready to hit the button. I'll be over there in a moment. Okay. Okay, hit the button. Okay, now activate the EMP. Okay, disactivate EMP. It'll wipe the vault footage, and we'll leave through the side door. Okay, you gotta use the flashlight on your assault rifle. Okay, can you get left? I got right.
I'm trying to.
The assault rifle flashlight.
There we go.
Okay. Get a left, I got right. Ready? 3.
Oh, over here. Got it.
Get left, I got right. 3, 2. Wait, hang on. Hang on, he's moving his head constantly. Oh my god. 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get out through here. Okay. We'll just exit right here.
Way to wipe the footage though.
It wiped itself. When you do vault, when you do EMP, it wipes it. You're good. So Tony wiped out the Sindakos for at least the leaders of the Yakuza, but he did he do enough to the Diablos and the Triads for them to not be frets? No. They were still frets. You did a $10 super chat? I'm sorry, Austin, I didn't see it. Thoughts on reprogramming Africanized bees? Patrick, what, though? Thank you for the super chat. And Austin, you made a super chat earlier? Oh, how I played Mob of the Dead in Black Ops 2. I'm sorry. It has Ray Liotta, the guy who plays as Ralph, in The Sopranos, Tony Cipriani, voice actor from GTA 3, and Chaz Palminteri. Yes, I've played it, but it was some time ago. But yeah, I played all of the Black Ops zombie maps. I'm sorry I didn't see your thing there. Austin, I'm sorry I didn't see it earlier. Okay, get on. The cops have been alerted. Oh, great. Yeah, that's so stupid. I think if you aim your gun, as you're leaving, the guards won't hear you, but it's so stupid how they hear the bike. God damn, these helicopters. Hang on. I hate the police helicopters so much. Damn, it's ridiculous how much money you lose just getting shot a little bit. If you want to get that challenge done to not get detected, best way to do it is with Stealth Annihilator. Well, only for once, and then you never want to use Stealth Annihilator again. You're about to lose them. There we go. We're good. Nice run on the heist. Okay. Well, I'm going to help people sell their businesses, but I appreciate the offer. Thank you for the invite to the heist. This is going to help me towards my challenge. Okay. There we go. I'm actually helping a group of my friends with their criminal mastermind challenge. We're actually about to get Pacific Standard done next, but that's tomorrow. Not even $1 million. Rockstar's terrible. Yup, you're right, Austin. Terrible. Payout on this heist is so bad. And thank you, Alien. But yeah, Tony just didn't do enough damage to the triads, I guess. Faber said he represents the organization from Europe and compliments us of us making names amongst European circle. What does this mean? What do you think? When does he say this line, Patrick? I don't know if he represents an organization. He more represents himself. You're the best. Well, thank you, Champagne. Today marks a year. Been glad to have now been sponsoring your channel for a year. Well, thank you, Demigod. Thank you for being a member for a year. Thank you, dude. Okay. Pro, been a fan since 2019. Dang, time flies. Just wanted to say love the channel and keep up the great content. Will you be cosplaying Lucia? No, but I'll be cosplaying Jason. What does the accuracy number mean? It means just to hit your target every time, not to miss. But I will tell you, I think that they recently changed it where if you shoot cameras, I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect accuracy anymore. I think they recently changed that. Okay. How much do you know about Blackbeard's ship, the Queen's End's Revenge? The Queen's End's Revenge, wasn't that originally a slaver ship, but Blackbeard took it over, and then he used it, he used it for some time. I think, was he using the Queen's End's Revenge when he got killed by Maynard? Do you consider a street racing game part of a crime genre or just a mere racing game, but with cops? No, as long as it has like a story, I still consider it part of that. It does, like it is still. Man, you gotta love that minimum wage payout. Your online player probably spent 20% of the cut on the whiskey and cigars to celebrate that poo-poo payout. Just think about how many times you'd have to do the court center to pay for the mansion, right? Do you think this year is a bad time for social media and gaming? What do you mean, Aaron? Porsche, do you have a heist? I can help people sell their businesses, so I can do heists or businesses, whatever. Are there features you want GTA 6 to take notes of from in Crime Boss? Yeah, better stealth. Crime Boss is way better stealth than what GTA has. You got a new job after searching for 2 months. Congratulations, GTA Gar. I'm happy for you. Okay, Porsche. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the super chat, Danielson. Uh, if you die, does quitting save your criminal mastermind? If you close the application really quickly, yes. Would I ever visit Ireland? Yeah, definitely. Well, my first name is Patrick. I gotta visit Ireland one day, but I'm not Irish though. Dying Light, yes, I do want to play that series too eventually. Lester knows what's good. What does Faber know? Faber honestly terrifies me. I think he is the scariest GTA Online villain so far, and I think he might be the scariest antagonist in GTA 5 in total. My favorite one is GTA 4. Yes. Come on. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Well, Faber is way smarter than Dimitri. Way smarter than Dimitri ever was. No, it's okay, Austin. I understand who you are too. Didn't he take over Steve Bonnet's ship, Vanny? It's always the last one now? Always? Is it? How depressing is GTA 4 compared to the Max Payne series? Both, but Max Payne I would say is even darker, honestly. If you should need anything at all, my people are everywhere. That's a threat. When Faber says that. No, it's not from Leon the Professional. It's just like when I think of like the professional, I was like thinking of like a criminal, like a bank robber and stuff like that. When I made this game, this name. In a way, Pearson, you're right. It is kind of another part of money fronts. Does your resume have you wearing a hockey mask? No. As an Australian, banning the casino in a game that was already 18 plus does not make sense to me. I don't really like playing or going to the casino. Yep. It is stupid. The gun, the AS Val and the VSS Vinteres. Yes, I know it's the same gun, but VSS Vinteres is a stern auto weapon, and Val is full auto. Um, they have a very short barrel. I know that compared to a lot of other rifles. It fires a unique cartridge. I know that. It's it was a cartridge that was specifically developed for the gun. Are you a hacker? No. I don't. I think Faber is going to still be in a small DLC. There's gonna be like a mission DLC that's gonna come out where you're gonna kill Faber. I can I'll join you in a moment. Mark, get your heist ready and I'll help you. Just dropping by to say hi from Romania. Hi, not the real Vlad. How you doing? What I think about the new Assassin's Creeds, I'm not much into them. I think they kind of gotten away from the Assassin's Creed formula. I'm doing both businesses and heists. So if nobody has invited me to a business yet, but I'll be willing to help them. I'm gonna help. I heard about what Nicaragua is doing. They've suspended all elections. Yes. Okay. Can you invite me, Porsche, then I can help you next. That's fine, Kirsten. Okay, I'm waiting for the invite. Mark, uh, have you considered to do a cameo in a future South Park episode? I would be down for that. I don't know if they would want me on there, but if they wanted me to voice a character even for one episode, I'd be honored. Pat, you're a good guy, but your fan base is not. Me and my wife got harassed because of a comment I left. Now I get timed out when I talk about it on your live. Wait, when did this happen? And thank you, Artie. Spoke. Thank you for the super chat. When did this happen? And who timed you out? Do I watch anime? Yeah. But I'm very picky when it comes to the anime I like to watch. Porshade, can you please invite me to a party? Yes, invite me to a party. Did you know that the communist regime in Ethiopia forced the loved ones of the people they killed during the Red Terror to pay for the bullets they used to kill them? Oh my god. Oh, so I was right then, Vanny. Okay. Did Blackbeard backstab Steve Bonnet? Because there are some people that say he did, other people say he didn't. Okay, hey Porsche Addict. What are we doing? Keycard approach? Okay. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. Damn. Okay, hang on. I almost had it over. We'll try to get you elite on this. Let's see, what is your co-card rings for? You got the EMP? Okay, it's fine. Why Rockstar aren't doing any darker games anymore? I think it's the political correctness, personally. I think a huge part of it is that. That's why they don't do Manhunt anymore. Imagine Manhunt came out today, it'd get canceled so quick. Okay, well, follow me here. Okay, you got the shotguns, nice. Okay.
Yeah, use the same thing that Gilly uses.
What?
What?
Oh my god, I don't know how that alerted anyone. Do you care for Elite or not? You want to get Elite?
Yeah.
Okay, then you gotta reinvite me again. Then sorry about this. I don't know how the alarms are so buggy. I got a video coming out on this tomorrow, like my rant on this DLC. It's coming out tomorrow. It's like a 40-minute video. I've been working on it all week. Uh, but yeah, that's one of the reasons the Black Flag videos haven't been getting out. But tomorrow I'll have another Black Flag video. But that is just
So dumb.
okay. Okay, just invite me then. Hey, Professional, how's it going? I really enjoy your videos and live streams. I wanted to ask you about the wars that's happening in the wars that's happening in the Middle East. What is your outlook? I think that it's stupid what's going on, and I don't think that we should have gotten involved in the current conflict. The stupid war of Iran. I don't think it should have happened. I don't think it should have. It's kind of crazy because I predicted that this whole thing would happen. I did. So like when that stupid conflict first started in it was February 28th. I was doing a stream right after that, and I literally said on that stream, I said I don't believe the U.S. government that this is gonna last for only 1 month because they said it's only gonna be 1 month. I remember, and I was like, this is not gonna last for a month. This could last until the end of the year, and this is gonna be America's Ukraine war. And it turns out I was right on that. You see how long this whole thing has dragged out. It's been a disaster. Such a stupid conflict. Pat, I hear that if you shoot the railgun and the pellets hit the wall, it alerts the guards. Oh, shotgun. Why did I read railgun? I'm losing my track of thought. If you use a shoot the shotgun and the pellets hit the wall, it alerts the guards. Okay, thank you for telling me, Fernando. Thank you.
So, so
No, no, no. Just invite me. Invite me again. We won't get detected this time.
let me go to my thing right now and send you a game invite.
Rupert, is that you? I swear to God.
All right. Last cloud.
Have I played Assassin's Creed game with Queen Victoria? That's Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I know, and thank you for the support, D. Pro, I have been struggling with drug addiction due to how abusive my parents were. I recently met my boyfriend. We're doing good, and I wondered if I could get your PSN to play. Oh well, I'm sorry that you went through that, Shale. I hope that I'm glad that you're getting better. And yeah, you can play with me. Just tell me what your PSN is. Anyone can play with me. What Metal Gear Solid game do you plan on playing next? Probably chronologically the next one. Would you say that Benjamin Hornigold was the Benedict Arnold of Pirates? Yes, 100%. He was a backstabbing scumbag. Yes, he was an opportunist. Get into my car. Uh, Mark, you know you started this heist from the Farther Mansion, right? We can still do it if you want, but it's gonna be pushing Elite a little bit. Okay, so I'll rush and I'll try to get there. I can't guarantee we're gonna get Elite, but I'll try my best.
It's fine.
Okay. What is the escape vehicle?
Jeez.
Okay.
I tried looking for two buttons with personal Hillside 1.
Don't worry, one bike is enough to escape. Damn.
175. Except I wanted to stay on the second floor, so I don't know how we're gonna do that.
Oh, we'll take care of that.
Alright.
Can you help with sales or focus on court type? I can help with sales, Nikki. After this, if you join my lobby, I can help you with some sales. Okay, Mark, just follow my lead here, and we'll get this done.
I get out of my.
Hold on. Wait for that guard to move. He's in a bad position. Okay, come on.
He's right by that camera.
Just wait for him to move out of sight. Okay. Follow me. Don't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, crouch walk here. Just keep to the left side like I'm doing right here. You'll be fine. Okay, hold on. Okay, move now. The camera's turning. Keep to the right. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go downstairs and loop the cameras first. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. If you want to get Elite Challenge, I guess you could just let me kill everybody out. I won't miss, so we'll keep this 100% accuracy.
Right. Shooting, so I don't miss it.
Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, this... Hold on, I gotta do this hack, because this hack is a bit annoying. This one, you gotta have a really good timing with this. Okay. Come with me. Basement time.
I'll get here.
Okay.
Okay, this is easy.
Do me a favor, once this opens, I want you to loop the cameras. He's mine. Yeah, just loop the cameras. I'm gonna check the loading bay to see if that super rare item is back there, because it's the most expensive secondary item. Sometimes it spawns, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if it's here. Not here. Okay, it's not here. Okay, let's see.
Let's go.
Let me see. 32, 54, 38.
You said 54?
38, yes.
Okay. 54.
Okay.
Last one.
Okay, let's go in the vault. Since it's normal, these lasers are easy. But normally I would suggest to get secondary loot first, because how I've been doing this heist is I've been getting secondary loot first, and I just stock up my bag, don't get detected, I go in the vault. If I get detected in the vault, I say F it, and I just fight my way out. Yes, I did grow up in Queens.
This is the part I hate the most.
Let me take care of it for you.
Alright. You can do it then.
You can do this, boss. I believe in you. If you want to turn some of those lasers off, look for the switch.
Wow, what for?
Okay, stay back though, because there's gonna be that thing on the ground. See that?
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't see that. I see those two right there. You just have to go through that right there. Oh, that side right there too. You have to go through that. Crap.
Okay. There we go. You surprised I got through that?
Wow, boss, your yoga setup's really paying off, huh? Okay, Angel, you're
Okay,
up.
let's see if I can get through these without making one mistake.
You're gonna see a series of signals. Only enter the last one. You only get a few attempts at this. Moving on.
Yes.
involvement, right?
We're good, though. We're doing really good. We actually might get your elite. There's a strong chance we might.
Right.
Great execution from professional. Thank you, guys.
I tried.
You gotta complete the heist on normal and then wait 10 minutes, and then when Raph calls you, just, can you get the gold painting in there? I'm gonna get, main. After you get the buyer's target, don't get any other painting in here, because they're not worth a lot of money. You never want to get the vault paintings unless they are, buyer's target. Okay. Okay, almost done here. Can you go to the end of the room and get ready to hit the button? I'll be there in 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, here we go. Okay, hit the button. Okay, Mark, listen, this is what I want you to do. Go right here, follow me, and I want you to go into the security room, wipe the vault footage first when you go in there. And right after you wipe the vault footage, loop the cameras right after you do that. A lot of people don't know you can loop the cameras for upstairs. Okay, now you can come up here now.
Are you in the upper or ground floor?
Ground floor. I'm just getting rid of these dudes here. Do not smash anything because we haven't disabled the
Yeah. We have to disable that right there.
Yes.
Let me disable this so I can break this right here.
Okay, it is disabled.
Can we shoot the little button too or no?
Hang on a second. Okay, I disabled the upper camera. Come with me. Come with me. We're going upstairs. We have to deal with the 2 guards upstairs. Okay, now here, crouch walk. They can hear you. Get your shotgun for this because it's the easiest weapon to use on this part.
Yeah, I know.
You are gonna get right. I'm getting left. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good work. Okay, Mark, stay right here. I'm gonna open the shutter door for you. It's opened.
That was right here. What the hell?
Okay, hang on. Let me look.
The glass cutters needed. Shit.
Oh, you didn't get glass cutter. Okay, whatever. Screw it then. We're not gonna get that. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. It happens.
I'll have to get that in the future.
Is your bag full?
It's going to this.
Okay.
Now it is.
Okay, now I'm just thinking. I'm gonna get this painting too, because this one's worth a bit of money. Oh, okay, I'm pretty full here. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna get one more item downstairs and we're leaving.
Keeping the painting.
That's fine. You can keep if you keep the painting, it actually helps me more because I get almost all the secondary loot. Okay. Yeah, so when somebody keeps the painting, everybody else in your MC or CEO, they actually get the majority of the secondary loot money. You get a little bit, but they get the majority. So people think that not keeping the painting actually not keeping the painting gives more money back to the team, but actually keeping the painting actually gives more money back to the team. Just the host doesn't get as much. Okay. Okay, I'm good here. We got a great take. Okay, we're leaving now. Open this door. Let's go. The elite challenge can be a bit difficult to get. Yes. Oh, I missed a super chat. Hang on a second here. Hey, love the content. Been watching since 2020. I've always appreciated your retail horror stories. After being in the Marines and getting out and working retail for years, I much rather the core. Thank you, October, Cameron. But that says a lot. That says a lot. Uh, about that there. That says about a lot about how tough retail is. But what I will say is in my view is that in the military, specifically in the Marines, is it's really tough, but at least you're treated with respect. Where in retail, you will have customers that just disrespect you, talk crap to you for absolutely no reason. And also, I don't think I could personally handle the Marines, so you're a lot tougher than I am. Oh crap, okay, hang on. We're getting us out of here.
Oh yeah, unlock the sewers. That's right.
Crap. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I was trying to get away from the stupid helicopter because it spawned in the... Oh, crap. Get away from the helicopter quick before it spots us. The helicopter just spawned in such a ridiculous location. Go right here, jump off the bridge, yeah. I think we're gonna be good. Okay, we lost them, good work. Yeah, I hate how the helicopters just spawn like that.
That was clutch, not gonna lie.
Thank you for your service, and thank you for the super chat, October. I can't understand that language. Is that Japanese? It looks like Japanese to me. What are you trying to say?
How long's the cooldown for this thing?
10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes, I think, yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I thought it was 48, but it's not.
Marine instructors yell at Marines to break them down and build them back up. Retail customers yell at employees because they're assholes. Yeah. I will tell you something uh crazy about retail. I'll tell you guys something here. And this is something that is almost like magic in a way. It's almost like magic in how it works. Because it's like the secret passphrase basically. So, I'll tell you guys this. The last month that I was working retail, it was like 2019. It was like August, September 2019. So it was, it was basically how long? 7 years ago. Damn. So, 7 years ago, when I was the last month that I was working in retail, right? What happened is I knew I wasn't going to be working there in a month. And so I stopped really caring as much. I wasn't like slacking off or lazy, but like, I wouldn't go above and beyond for a lot of these customers, especially the rude customers. And I will tell you something. When I had people disrespect me and they were nasty to me the last month, I actually talked back to them. I did. I didn't care. And you know what I generally would say? If I had a customer that insulted me, the last month and just said something nasty to me, was just complaining about something stupid, cursing me out, what I would always say to them is I'd say the exact same thing. I would say, sir or ma'am, I'm trying my best to help you. If you, continue being disrespectful to me, I'm not going to help you. You will have to find someone else. I would be nice to them on the first time. And if if they didn't stop, if they just kept doing the exact same thing, I would just say, that's it, I'm done. Go find somebody else to help you. And the thing is I did that like 2 times in my last month. And when I did that, it's almost like magic. Almost like magic. And the reason I say it's like magic is because they are so shocked. They are so shocked when you walk away. Like the rude customers, like I remember they were so shocked when I walked away, when I refused to help them, because they expect you just to stand there and take it. That's what they expect you to do. They expect you to sit there and just take their abuse. And like when I said, that's it, I'm done, I'm not helping you, literally it's like magic, because they don't expect a retail worker to do that. They don't expect the retail workers to walk away. They expect you just to sit there and just take their verbal abuse. So that's what I'll say. It was like magic, basically, because I was just it's that they were so quiet after that. Like I didn't have them come after me or anything like that, or I didn't even think they complained to the manager, but they were just like so shocked that I walked away. I mean, it's like, people are only gonna, people, everybody has their limits, is people are only going to be pushed so much until, even the nicest people are going to snap. So that's what I'll say about that. No problem. I'm going to do this single prep mission here, and then I'm just going to help people with their businesses, because I know a lot of people have been asking me for help with businesses, and I've just been running Court Center. So I'm just going to... Okay, that's fine, Mark. No problem. Thank you for inviting me to the heist to help me with my challenge. Okay, see you, Mark. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this single mission here, and then after this, I will just help people with their businesses. So... Also, guys, if you have explosive shotgun, just look at what I'm doing. This, like, explosive shotgun is literally the best for this, for just clearing this out. Just look at how easy it makes it. People use grenade launcher, but I like explosive shotgun. See this? This is literally how easy it makes this. Just do this. Everyone's dead. See that? One survivor still. But why I like explosive shotgun is because you can shoot their cover and it'll kill them. Okay, let's see here. Password. I already know what the password is. Nitro. Oh, forgot to wipe the camera footage, right? Do you have a favorite Call of Duty multiplayer? In the original Call of Duty games, my favorite multiplayer's gotta be World at War. In the newer ones, I would say it's probably DMZ on Modern Warfare 2. Do I miss selling product? Not really. I have plenty of money already. I got all MC businesses, bunker, nightclub, acid lab, and salvage yard ready to sell. Okay, Pierston. I will start up a friend session, in a moment here. because I'm in an invite only, so nobody can join me. But the second I start this friend session, I know a bunch of people are gonna join in. So just and then I could probably run my heist at the end. We could make it like a 4-player heist that will run at the end. Okay. My new session, close friend session. Okay. Let me see here. Can I answer Michael's question? Who? Which Michael? I didn't like having people in charge of me that never experienced an actual hard day in their life. The only job I lasted in was being a line cook, but that's because we were all in we were in chaos together. It felt more like home. Yeah. Well, I will tell you, one of the things that kind of kept me from quitting retail for some time is because I didn't like most of my coworkers that I worked with. Like most of my coworkers, there was like one or two I didn't like, but then most of the problem was the management, too. But there was coworkers that I had that were really nice people, and I actually really liked working with them. But I get that too. During your retail horror story about 3 times pallet snapping because of the driver, how long did it take you to pick everything up and clean? And what year was that? That was over 10 years ago. That must have been like 2016 or 2017, somewhere around there. But basic. The reason I know it was around that time is because it was when the second manager came in, and the second manager started working in March of 2015. So yeah, so it was the second manager started working in March of 2015, so it was like a year after that, so it'd be like 2016 or 2017. But if you're wondering how long it took me to clean up the stuff up, well, I had help from my coworkers too, but it was maybe like maybe like 30 minutes. 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, because not everything that snapped in the pallet broke. So there was a lot of stuff that didn't break. So I just basically just threw it back in the boxes. Those were the easiest to clean up. The worst ones was the shampoos and stuff like that. That snapped in the parking lot and that fell all over everywhere. That was the most annoying to clean up. And then, but it happened like 3 times, so I probably wasted like close to 2 or 3 hours cleaning it up. For people that don't know what he's talking about, uh, when I worked in retail years ago, this is more than a decade ago. What happened is I worked on the truck nights, which is the truck nights, which is like they were every Friday night into Saturday morning, which was basically or no Thursday night into Friday morning. I'm sorry, and what they basically were is you would be there from 10 p.m. or sometimes 11 p.m. It would be right after the store closed, and you would be waiting for the truck to arrive. Then truck shipment would arrive, and you would be in charge. You would help unload the truck, and it was the worst shift because it wasn't even the hours because I'm a night person, so I can handle the time. I don't mind working nights, but it was more about just the physical labor. The physical labor was exhausting, and just the pay was just awful. It was just absolutely terrible for like the amount of stuff that we had to do. Like the pay was just for that was just disgusting. But anyways, I remember one time I was coming in. I was scheduled for like 30 minutes after the store closed, and the supervisor would always be there at like 10 p.m. to greet the truck driver. And I pull into the parking lot. I remember at like it was like around 10:30 p.m. and I see the truck for the store, and it's like parked at like a weird angle. It's like parked like halfway through the parking lot, and I've never seen that before because the truck would always park in front of the door, and we would just send in stuff through the front door. That's basically what it was. Like the truck would back up towards the front door, and we would just send it in. Now what I noticed the other thing is I noticed there was a bunch of stuff that was in the on the floor in the parking lot, and I started helping to clean it up. And what basically happened was the truck driver refused to actually park in front of the door that we actually told him to park in front of. He was like, no, I want to do it my way, and I want to park right here. And he wanted to unload the pallets there, but it was like not an elevated area. It was not a good area to drop the pallets off in. And what happened is, when he was coming down the ramp to drop the pallets off from the truck to lower it, the pallets snapped. And it snapped, it fell off of all the boxes and some crates. And what happened was, the stuff just spilled all over, like product from the store just spilled all over. Some of the stuff was easy to clean up because it was just you throw it back in the box. Other stuff snapped like shampoo bottles, and it was disgusting to clean that up all over the parking lot. And the thing is, when product gets damaged, we then have to fill out like forms and stuff like that and scan it to tell that this was damaged. This stuff was just so that the store doesn't think that we're stealing from them. Basically that, because stuff is going missing because the damaged stuff we have to throw out. Now, what ends up happening is then after everything is cleaned up, he starts bringing out another pallet, and guess what? The pallet snaps. And everything, all the boxes and everything fall in the parking lot. Everything spills all over the place. Everything has to be basically cleaned up again. And I spend like, close to an hour cleaning it up. And then what happens is he's bringing out another pallet, and guess what? It snaps a third one again. So it's like happened 3 times in a row. All this stuff snapping, all this stuff falling on the floor in the parking lot. And then the truck driver is like, okay, I'll do it your way now, guys. That's what he says. And I was honestly so pissed at that point. I was like, this, I don't know why this guy did this stuff. Like, he insisted on driving the truck over here and unloading it here. And we told him it was a bad idea. He didn't want to listen to us. And it would just turn into a disaster. And if you're wondering, because I know people are going to ask me this, what was the truck driver doing in this time? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. He was just not doing anything. He would claim that he's on contract, and he would claim that his job is not to move the boxes; it's only to drop them off. But the fact is that he was the one who actually snapped the boxes, so he has a responsibility to clean them up. But that's what was so annoying about that situation. It was just ridiculous. I'm honestly surprised my supervisor didn't curse him out. So I was really surprised by that, because he looked like he was pissed. He looked like he was really about to curse the driver out at that point. It was really annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to go up here. Rhonda Lloyd is uninviting Sony and adding them to the geek list for doubling down in digital-only future. Nadine also has the bugs, Freddy. Well, Sony, unfortunately, thank you, Mario, for the super chat, but Sony is not going to, unfortunately, change their mind. But you know what I think Sony is like? I think Sony is like, Mr. Kakashka at this point. I think that's what Sony is like. I heard about that, but until I see proof that the new PlayStation controller has no buttons, that's when I will I'll speak out on it. I just don't know if there's enough proof that it is. American History X, it sounds very familiar. What does it cover exactly? Wait, what happens there? I don't think I know it then, Zach. So glad Susie divorced him before the Jungle movie. Oh, they did break up. What? It was permanent, right? I forgot about it. It was permanent, right? You know what was the craziest? Do you know what I think the craziest Hey Arnold scene is of all time? Like in the entire show, I think the craziest scene is when Arnold even gives up on Mr. Kakashka, and he tells Mr. Kakashka that you're a loser. And the thing about that is that you have to be a really scummy person, like a really incompetent scummy person, to have even Arnold give up on you, because Arnold is like the most patient, helpful person, and for like Arnold to literally call you a loser is literally, you have to literally be like the most incompetent person on the planet. How old was I in 2016? 2016 is 10 years ago. I would have been 22 years old. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. In your time in retail, did you see a lot of shoplifting? Uh, yeah, yes, I did see people shoplift, but I never confronted anyone. So I saw people shoplift, yes, but I never confronted them on it. I never said like, oh, hey, put that back. I never had that happen. No.
Okay.
My bro told me his friend's dad today had to tackle a shoplifter at the mall. What was that? The place he was working at? It's not worth it. You're risking your life for minimum wage.
All right.
Have I witnessed road rage? Yes. Uh, a few times. I remember there was this uh I remember there was this trucker who was who I remember it was me and my friend, we were driving on the highway, and I remember there was this trucker that was we were behind this trucker on the highway, we were in the right side, and then what happened was when we were trying my friend was trying to pass him, and what happened is we he went to the left lane, and then after that the trucker sped up, like he just started speeding up, like when we were passing him on the left, he started speeding up out of nowhere, like just really like flooring it, and then out of nowhere he just basically started screaming at us and just calling us a bunch of dumb New York, blah blah blah, that's what he said. I don't know where even he was from. He just cursed us out and called us a bunch of New York idiots. But that was probably the closest thing I've seen to road rage. I haven't had anybody get into a fight with me or anything like that. Or I've seen I've seen people try to speed up when you try to pass them on the highway. Like when you're trying to pass them and they speed up. That's probably an example of road rage I can think of. I've seen that happen a few times. It was a semi. Like he just started speeding up gradually. Like we noticed it because he was driving much slower and then he was just going and going faster. Oh crap! Gotta watch out here. Dude, you are way too handsome for 30. Oh, I'm 32, but thank you. I would marry you on the spot in Rage Engine Ragdoll 500 feet in the air. Well, thank you. Thank you, for the super chat, guys, in Seattle. Now, yeah, people always think that I'm in my early 20s, but I'm actually 32. But, thank you. Have you ever gone to a racetrack? I think so. Michael is gonna lose if Pro doesn't answer his question. What question? Who's asking me? What's his name? Michael what? That was an incident that happened in a Black Ops stream, Megatron. Do you know the history about Enver's communist regime in Albania? Yes. Enver Paksa, I think his name was. He was a psycho Albanian dictator. If you I don't know if you've played the game. What's the best solo business to grind in GTA Online? I haven't played in so many years. The right now will be the acid lab. It's like a single business acid lab because you can just buy supplies for it, produce it. It's not an expensive business and it makes you a decent amount of money. But about Chase, I don't know if you ever played SOCOM 2. In SOCOM 2, the first chapter in the game takes place in Albania, and you're fighting, an Albanian, crime syndicate. And in the game, this Albanian crime syndicate that's smuggling arms, they are actually using bunkers from the the Enver era. They're using bunkers from that because Enver was like a psycho where he thought that America was going to invade Albania, and so what he did was he built like thousands of bunkers all over Albania because he was convinced that America was going to invade Albania, and nothing like that ever happened. But all those bunkers are remained abandoned today. They're all over Albania. So if you're ever driving in Albania and you see a bunch of bunkers in the hills just randomly all over the place, that's what that comes from. Is it was that psycho dictator that basically built up a bunch of bunkers thinking that America was going to invade any day. Hey Susie, make me a sandwich. Oscar, yeah. I honestly don't know what she saw in Oscar. It was probably when he was younger. Probably she fell in love with him when she was younger. Probably that. But then when she married him, she saw what a total scumbag he was. I don't know. I had some idiot that DDoSed me on a Black Ops 1 stream a couple weeks back. Who's Susie and Oscar from Hey Arnold? Hoxa is the Mao of Europe. Yeah, in a way. This man knows history. Props to Buddy. Well, thank you. She probably only married him so he could get a green card. Possibly, yeah. I didn't know what country Mr. Kakashka was from. I knew he was like from Eastern Europe or Central Europe when I was a kid growing up, but apparently he's from the Czech Republic. What's your favorite thing to do outside of creating content? Playing video games. But other than that, maybe reading history. The most boring game you played, I'd have to think about that one. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Just discovered your channel. Great content. Thank you, Ray. If anyone is new and enjoying my content, subscribe to me. It helped the channel out a lot. Will you upload GTA 6 or stream it? Both. No, I haven't seen the Odyssey. Have you checked out the new Mind's Eye multiplayer mode? I know it's like some soccer thing. I know it's that. When's your next Assassin's Creed video? Tomorrow. I'm sorry it's been some time. Did you know Ceausescu and his wife tried to design the metro in Bucharest, and their design plan of the metro was so bad that the engineers didn't stick with their plan? No, I didn't know that. I know he had like the largest presidential palace in Europe, which was insane. Do you think Albania was the worst of the Eastern Bloc, or was it Romania? The most oppressive communist country in Eastern Europe, or of the Warsaw Pact, or the Iron Curtain, I should say. It's a hard one because it would Stalin's USSR is on there, definitely very oppressive. Enver Hoxha's Albania, very oppressive. Ceausescu's Romania. And then what's his name? I'm trying to think of the East German dictator. The East German dictator. What was his name? Horner, or I don't think I remember. He fled to like South America. I know that when like the communist East Germany collapsed, he was pretty bad too. He was like the guy with the big glasses. I forget the name of the East German dictator. Who are you talking about, Travioli? What Mike? Which Michael? Who's Michael in chat? Honecker, yes, Honecker. That was his name. I don't know why I thought his name was that. The other one. Is there any rant video you're gonna make? Yes, tomorrow I will have a video ranting about this this DLC. Jaruzelski was bad, but there was dictators that were worse than him, Gunner. The thing about Jaruzelski is, even though Jaruzelski was like a scumbag, is he didn't try to stop the elections in Poland. So like when Solidarity happened in Poland, and there was elections and the Communist Party lost, he didn't like really attempt to stop that. So that's probably one of the reasons he didn't get arrested. You're from New York, right? Yes. Would you agree that Nikolai and Elena Ceausescu had the most satisfying deaths in the Eastern Bloc? Yes. But about them is one of the most satisfying things that I think I've ever, like a really satisfying video that I've seen, is Ceausescu was a really brutal dictator in Romania. He ruled Romania for I think close to 40 years. He was in power for a very long time, and he was very corrupt. He had like the largest presidential palace in Europe. His secret police was terrifying. Like he killed so many people, had so many people arrested. Like if you spoke out against him, you'd never see your family again. Like he was a really bad guy. Now what happened is, a few weeks before, or it might have been even a few days before the collapse of his dictatorship, people were so sick of him, they were so tired of him, that they weren't scared of him anymore. And when people stop being scared of a dictator, that is pretty much their downfall. That's their end. Because dictators rely on fear in order to stay in power. And when people weren't scared of him, that was over. But this dictator would kill anybody who spoke out against him. And when he was giving a public speech to a crowd of people, do you know what people started doing in the crowd? The crowd started booing him. Hundreds of people in the crowd started booing him. It's an actual video you can watch on YouTube. And the dictator is giving a speech, and he looks at the crowd, and he sees the crowd, and they're just booing him, and he's like shocked when they're doing that, because they wouldn't have done that years beforehand. But that pretty much shows the downfall of that dictator right there. It was so satisfying, it's just watching him get booed in that final speech. 1965 to 1989. So Yeah, so that's 75, 85, so that's 24 years. So a little bit off I was there. I know he was in power for several decades, but what about Tito from Yugoslavia? Tito did kill people, but Tito was nowhere near as much of a psycho as some of these other, communist dictators. If you had to if I had to choose all of the communist dictators in Europe to live under, I'd rather live under Tito than live under all of the other ones. Because Tito stopped his country from basically becoming like a colony of the Soviet Union. Like Stalin basically wanted to like colonize, Yugoslavia and turn it into like a puppet state, like he turned into the other Warsaw Pact nations. But Tito was basically like, no, get out of here. And even when Stalin tried to assassinate him, he wasn't scared of Stalin. Uh, but also about Tito is Tito let his people travel to the west. So basically, if you were Yugoslavian, you could travel to the west and the east. The Yugoslavian government wouldn't attempt to stop you. So, like, were other communist countries, they would only let you travel to other communist countries. Tito didn't really do that. And Tito took investments from the west and the east. And so, because of that, Yugoslavia grew much better under him than other communist countries. I loved it when Ernie and Mr. Wynn roasted Oscar. Yeah. Well, Oscar was such a scumbag, and honestly, and I will tell you, when I got older and I watched that show again, I understood, how much of a terrible person Oscar was. Like even as a kid, I understood it, but like when I watched the show as an adult, I realized just how much of a terrible person he is. I don't get how Leslie Benzies can go from helping make bangers to making the worst stinker of 2025. Tells me he probably didn't help with GTA much. I think it was his narcissism, and I think it was his arrogance, and I think he thought that people were gonna buy Mind's Eye based on his name brand alone. That it was Leslie Benzies, and it just turned into a disaster for him, Alien. What about Vlad the Impaler during his rule? Vlad the Impaler is a very Vlad the Impaler is a very controversial person in history. The reason I say that is because here's the thing about Vlad is Vlad was a very brutal man. That's why he was called Vlad the Impaler, because how brutally he killed people. He killed his own people. But the thing is he's a complicated person because the thing is he saved his people from the Ottomans at the same time too, even though he was brutal. And if the Ottomans would have taken over Transylvania or Romania, what it later became, the Ottomans would have killed much more people than him. So he a brutal, tyrant? Yes. But at the same time too, he was a brilliant commander. And he saved his people from the Ottomans annexing. That's why the Ottomans could never take over Transylvania, because of him. So like he literally saved his country. So was he a brutal guy? Yes. Did he murder people? Yes. But at the same time, he also saved his country from being completely, taken over by the Ottomans. I know that Turkish people, they really hate him. They really don't like him. They consider him like a brutal tyrant. But at the same time, too, is he the Ottomans were the ones that were invading their Vlad's land. So I don't know why they can hate the guy when he was the one that were when they were the ones that were invading or the Ottomans were invading Transylvania at the time. I don't watch any of those clickbaiters. Ford Crown Victoria, is that a car? Which empire is more tyrannical, the Roman Empire or the British Empire? Uh, well, Rome, it really depends on the time period, because certain times in Roman history they had some really great leaders, and other times in Roman history they had some really brutal leaders. Uh, the main difference that I will say between the British and the Roman Empire is that the Roman Empire was not as greedy as the British Empire, where the British Empire was much more greedy and power hungry. Because the Roman Empire, when they conquered lands, everybody basically became Roman. So, like, they would gradually give citizenship to the people that were, in those lands. The people that would not get Roman citizenship oftentimes were the people that resisted and fought against them. And a lot of times those people would be, taken, imprisoned, or actually enslaved. But the thing about ancient Rome is ancient Rome had really no concept of race. Like, race did not really exist in Rome. There was, like, no such thing as race. And so in Rome, it was basically all about being Roman, or all about having Roman citizenship. So you could be, like, a black guy that's, like, living in northern Africa that's under Roman occupation, and you would be considered a Roman. Or you could be, a European that's living in modern day, or where Italy would be during the Roman times. Like, you'd be Roman too. You could be, an Arab that is living in, one of the regions that Rome conquered, and you'll be considered Roman. So, like, the Romans were uh, different because for them it was all about Roman citizenship. So, like, if you had citizenship, you were all equal. It didn't matter what race or ethnicity that you were. It was about being loyal to Rome and about having Roman citizenship. The British, on the other hand, the British were different because when the British would conquer areas, they didn't give those people British citizenship. What they would do is they would sit there and loot the areas. They would loot the areas. They would steal from them over time. So they didn't. It wasn't like Rome. So it would be much preferable. It would be better to be conquered by Rome than conquered by Britain. Because at least if you're conquered by Rome, you become part of Rome, and then you get Roman citizenship, and they invest in your land, and they build up your lands too. Build up roads, cities for you. The British, on the other hand, they would just loot your country and just steal from it, and would not give you British citizenship. So that's basically what I'll say the difference between the British and the Roman Empire. Okay. Explain your profile picture. It's like a South Park avatar that I made like a long time ago, or like a South Park avatar. Do I know the history about the psycho Serbian dictator Slobodan Milosevic and thoughts of people still being fans of him? That guy was a massive piece of crap. He was responsible for numerous ethnic cleansings, and he was also responsible for the Bosnian genocide. So he was really, really, really bad person. Oh, what was that about there? If anybody saw the movie Behind Enemy Lines, the movie that inspired like Niko Bellic as like a character in GTA, that was like during Milosevic's rule when that was going on. How many more things are we selling here? Oh, and Pierston, you need help selling too, right? Pierston, do you still need help selling your stuff? Well, Yagiello was from Lithuania, Gunner. Yes, we deserve higher payouts on the heist, yes. Okay, I'm gonna help you next, Pierston. Invite me. Brandon has already, 3 other people, so he'll, uh, he can handle the rest of the sales there, and I'll help you next, Pierston, here. I missed a super chat. I did. Oh, let me see. I'm sorry if I did. I don't know if saved is the word for that. The Ottomans came after Vlad because Vlad killed one of their messengers, which was a big no back then. But you have to also remember why Vlad killed the messenger, because I think that the Ottomans were trying to force children into the military. I think that's what they were doing. It was something like that. Like they gave him some kind of demands, and that's why he killed them. I'll look it up right now here, but me see here. What did the Ottoman messengers want from Vlad the Impaler? The Ottoman messengers wanted Vlad the Impaler to pay overdue annual tribute money and to report to Constantinople to renew his political loyalty and oath to Sultan Mehmed II. Vlad refused the demands and punished the envoys for refusing to remove their turbans indoors. So basically about this is the Ottoman, the messengers that he had killed, they were demanding basically that he swear an oath of allegiance to the Ottoman, Sultan, and they also wanted him to send tribute money. Which, if any king does something like that, they're going to be seen as weak. That's what any king is going to be, doing something like that. It's probably a mistake to kill them. Probably was that. But yeah, that's ultimately what it was about. So I do ultimately think the Ottomans are the ones who started that conflict. The mid 1600s, Gunner. I saw Young Washington. That's the movie that I saw, Megatron. No, I never watched Duck Dynasty. I know the show, but I never watched it. Okay, let me help now here. Kirsten, can you invite me? Dracula even saw the Boyars as enemies of the state for both collaborating with the Ottomans and murdering Dracula's father, Vlad Dracula II, and Dracula's older brother. Okay. Yeah, so honestly, the Ottomans were trying to force their way into Transylvania, and so they started a lot of that conflict. I think that the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth would have become similar to the First French Republic. That's what I think, Gunner. Because, like, the peasantry in the country were about to overthrow the aristocracy. Hazmat suit route is fastest? No, I think the fastest one is the key card. You also have Alpha Mail, but I think key card can be a bit faster if you rush it. Pearson, how many businesses are we selling?
Doing this, huh? The product's in the back of the truck and ready to move. Get it to the buyer, you're done.
No, I haven't watched a new Spider-Man film, no. I haven't. I did go to see Young Washington, though. I like that film. Oh, crap. Where did you get that fast car? Oh, this is the Vigilante. This came out with Smuggler's Run. America should have never bombed North Korea during the Korean War and Serbia in 1999. That's the reason why those are anti-American to this day. Well, North Korea would be anti-American no matter what. So just, but you have to also remember North Korea were the ones who started the Korean War, Hamzat. As for Serbia, what I'll say about it is, you know what Serbia was, like, doing, right? With, like, the Bosnian genocide, right, Hamzat? Because, like, what a lot of what a lot of people don't know is that like Serbia, for example, was the amount of people that they were killing in the Bosnian genocide, how brutal it was. It was thousands of people, but it was considered the largest massacre since World War II. Is what happened during the Bosnian War. No, I know that innocent people had gotten hit. NATO made a lot of dumb mistakes during that conflict. That's 100%. You're 100% right on that, Hamzat. But like what a lot of people don't know is that the modern day Serbian education system actually denies a lot of the genocide that they had done during those conflicts. So like they deny like the Bosnian genocide, they don't fully acknowledge it. What's your thoughts on the Sarajevo safari? Are you talking about when like the Serbian soldiers had basically brought in rich people so that they could the rich people could basically hunt like poor people during that? Is that what you're talking about, that event, Ellie? Hello, Beast. What's up, dude? Oh, Idi Amin was terrible. Terrible, brutal dictator Uganda. Maybe Hamzat, maybe. But the thing is that should America have gotten involved in that conflict? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I will say this is that the people that committed the worst atrocities in that conflict were the Serbians. Like this, what if you see what the Serbians did in like the Bosnian genocide, the brutality that they unleashed, like that was just it was just pure evil, absolute pure evil. What basically happened. And that so should America have gotten involved in that conflict? Maybe, maybe not. But at the same time, is uh you have like things like the Bosnian genocide, which a lot of Serbia today doesn't even acknowledge happened. Do you think there is some basis in the reality surrounding the Sarajevo Safari rumors? I believe it. I believe it because like the Serbian army was doing some really horrible things during that conflict. My brother came back home from Japan. How was it? Did he like it? I want to visit Japan one day. See you, Pat. Love you, Austin. Okay, I'll see you, Austin. Take care, man. Don't forget Kosovo also got in 1999. What do you mean from Serbia, Chase? That conflict I don't know as much about. I know that Kosovo was like a former part of Serbia and it had like a larger Albanian population. They didn't want to be part of Serbia. I know that. And I think the United Nations stepped in at that point. I think that's what happened. What would you do to the people that participate in the Sarajevo safari? Those tourists that paid lots of money to shoot people for fun. Anybody that does stuff like that deserves a death penalty. I heard Iraq's WMDs went to Assad before the invasion. Nah, I don't believe that. There would have been more proof if that was the case. Thank you, Steve, for the super chat. Uh, which people killed more people? The Operation Condor leaders or the Chavez, Maduro, Ortega, and Castro combined? I don't know what Operation Condor's leader is. I have to look into that one. But I can tell you a little bit about Ortega, Hamzat, if that answers your thing. Is one 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 thing is I am honestly so sick of the Nicaraguan government. I am honestly just so sick of that government. It is literally one of the most toxic governments in the entire West. The reason I'm so sick of that government is because Nicaragua blames everything, all of their problems on America. Every single bad thing that happens in Nicaragua, they blame it always on America, constantly, over and over and over again. And yes, I understand that America did bad things during the Cold War, like with the Contras. I get that the Contras were basically a bunch of cartels that the CIA supported in Nicaragua during the Nicaraguan Civil War. But the thing is, the Sandinistas, the FSLN, the Socialist Party of Nicaragua, those guys have been in power since the 90s. They've been in power for 30 years. For 30 years. And what happened was in the year 2018, the dictator of Nicaragua, he actually raised taxes on the population, and the population got so pissed off they went to the streets and started protesting. You know what Daniel Ortega did? What Daniel Ortega did is he took the military to the streets and the security forces and just opened fire on protesters. Hundreds of innocent people were gunned down in Nicaragua. And what happened is his own brother, Daniel Ortega's own brother, he actually complained about his brother, and he said that his brother was going too far and was trying to consolidate power. And guess what ended up happening is his brother got arrested. He had his own brother arrested for speaking out against him. And then what happened is he was in a hospital, and they claimed that he was falling ill, but that was right after he had criticized his brother. So surprisingly, his brother had fallen ill right after he criticized his brother, and he smuggled a phone out of the hospital, and the phone had a message on it, and he said that they're going to kill me in here. And he ended up dying. And then the government of Nicaragua was like, oh, his brother had died a natural death and everything like that. No, it's BS. They murdered him. So like the dictator murdered his own brother. So just think about it. If he's gonna murder his own brother, he's not gonna care at all about his people at all. Zero. He even put his wife, he made his wife vice president. He appointed his wife as vice president and gave her all these powers and everything. And recently, only a couple days ago, Daniel Ortega suspended all elections in Nicaragua. Nicaragua will not have any more elections, and he said that elections are pointless. Nicaragua was already a dictatorship before that, but that basically just confirms it 100% now. And so, when I see like Nicaragua blaming all of their problems on America, yeah, did America do bad things during the Cold War? Sure, with the Contras, I'm not denying that. But when I see this stuff like in 2018, Nicaraguan security forces shooting protesters on the streets, I see him murdering his own brother, literally. I see him consolidating power and making himself a dictator now, essentially. Did America do that? No. He did that all himself. So I'm just sick of that too. I'm just sick of like Nicaragua just blaming all of their problems on America constantly. It's such a terrible country. I don't have anything against the Nicaraguan people, but it's just that government is just such a piece of crap. It's so disgusting. If you thought Ortega was worse, Pinochet was one of the Operation Condor leaders, used dogs to commit assault on civilians. Well, I know who Pinochet was. Pinochet was basically a fascist. Ortega is a far left lunatic. Is Pinochet was a far right lunatic. So yes, he was a dictator of Chile. I know about that. And what Pinochet would throw people out of helicopters. That's what he would do basically. That was an execution that he did. Is he would have people taken in helicopters who spoke out against them. The helicopter would fly out in the ocean, and then they would just drop the people in the water. That's what they would do while they were tied. So like that was like a Pinochet's execution. So Pinochet was a psycho too. Oh, I've already done a playthrough of A Way Out. I have. I think that Yuri did try to warn the government of what Makarov was doing in Modern Warfare 3, but it didn't get out because Makarov says, I know what you have told them, Yuri. Like he says that.
Oh, fuck.
Get on a motorcycle. Wait, did we? Oh, there's somebody didn't take the last bike. Okay, let's take this here. Uh, where's my motorcycle? Where is it? Yeah, I know it's been 4 years since they stopped supporting Red Dead Online. Actually, I think it's even 5 years because didn't Red Dead Online get abandoned in 2021? So it was it's been 5 years then. I hope that one day we can get a Call of Duty Ghost 2, Gunner. No, I've never seen a Serbia movie. What is that? Screw communism and fascism. I agree 100% with you, John Smith. It's honestly communism and fascism is just two sides of the same coin. That's what it ultimately is. It's just one is a bunch of far right lunatics. The other one is a bunch of far left lunatics. That's what it is. I thought Call of Duty Ghosts was a disappointment. No, I actually like Call of Duty Ghosts. I thought it was a fun one. Serbia movie is one of the most disturbing films. Does it take place during the war? Chase? Well, I would argue that Ba'athism is a form of fascism because it it's basically like ultra nationalism, like Arab ultra nationalism. That's what it is. But like Ba'athism in like Ba'athist Iraq and Ba'athist Syria was like a bit different. It wasn't exactly the same, but they had some similarities. The war on drugs and the war on terror suck. Well, they were both dumb conflicts. The war on drugs, the war on drugs, I would say, is that the cartels need to be destroyed. I don't know exactly how to achieve that, but is that seizing so much drugs isn't going to do anything if you don't go after the source, the people who are actually doing it. Thank you, Hamzat. You got court center heist ready again, Mark? Okay, I could help you with that. Oh, well, I don't know then, Fernando. Never heard of it. The Terminator. I only saw I think the first one. The ending of The Sopranos. I think Tony got killed. What do I think about what happened with Spain and the migrants? I what I think is I think that was organized. I think that was. I don't know who did it, but the thing is the fact that like you had like 60,000 people all rush the border at the exact same time in such a small region, like that stuff. Somebody was behind that. It's it's possible it was the Moroccan government who orchestrated that. It's possible they did it because there's videos on YouTube you can watch of the Moroccan military escorting people and also taking people on trucks to the border. So it's entirely possible the Moroccan government helped organize that. Anyone else here have issues with Black Ops 1 ports on Xbox or PlayStation where their data in multiplayer doesn't save properly and they can't rank up properly? Data doesn't save. Oh, I don't know then, Diesel. Can anyone help Diesel out here? I I don't know. I haven't played much of the multiplayer. I only played the single player in the campaign. I'll discuss the ending of The Sopranos. Uh, Tony probably died there, Anton. It was probably Butch who killed him. I gotta go for some sushi. Haven't had some in some time. I will do a Call of Duty Ghost playthrough, yes. Kirsten, how many more businesses do you got left to sell after this? Okay, Papa, RPG. I did. The guy who played as Salvatore died. Vincent Pastore, yes. I'm not sure, Gunner, but it's entirely possible that the generals would have started fighting amongst each other. I'm gonna do a playthrough of that game, by the way, Gunner, and I'll do a playthrough of that game before Ace Combat 8 comes out. He made an appearance in The Sopranos. Wait, Tony Soprani's voice actor. Which episode? Okay, I'll see you, April. Take care, dude. You going? Okay, I can't give you an exact date, Hamzat. The only thing I can tell you is I promise I'll do them both. Blue Shift I could still probably knock out this year because it's not long, I know that. I could fit it into some of the other games that I'm playing. You got 4 businesses left. Okay. Kirsten, I will help you sell one more business after this, and then I'm gonna go and actually I'll help you sell 2 more businesses after this. I will look into it later, Hamzat. The Lethal Weapon films, no. Isn't Bruce Willis in those? Mel Gibson. Oh, okay. Hmm. How difficult is Half-Life 2 on hard, Hamzat? Oh, okay, Gunner. Okay, Christine. But I'm gonna Pierston, can you invite Casey, girl? But I'm gonna help Pierston with 2 more heists. And Mark, if you're still here, I can help you with your heist in I can help you with your heist in a little bit, but I'm gonna help with 2 more sales. Can you explain the Battle of Athens in Tennessee, 1945? Yes. So what happened in the Battle of Athens in Tennessee was it was a town where most of the young men had left because they were going to fight in the Pacific during World War II. What happened was there was this sheriff that got elected, and he was very corrupt, and he started rigging elections, stealing taxpayer money. He also stopped black people from voting, and there was even a black guy who tried to go and vote, and the Athens police actually beat him up and nearly killed him. And what ended up happening is when the what the Marines did is when the Marines got back from the Pacific, you have to think about it this way: is imagine that you spent like three years and more fighting the Japanese in brutal like tropical conditions, and you come back after 3 years and you see that some scumbag sheriff that has basically taken over your town and is basically destroying everything. Imagine how pissed you would be in that situation. So what the Marines did in that situation is they tried to do it fairly at first, is they ran an election against him, and he started losing the election. And what he did was he stuffed all the ballots and he rigged the election. And the Marines got so pissed off that they basically grabbed their guns and they went to the local police station and they raided their armory. And then they went after the corrupt cops and the corrupt sheriff in the town and they cornered him. I think it was like a courthouse where they got cornered in, or it was like a jail. And they basically just stood outside and they started opening fire on the jail. The corrupt sheriff ended up escaping, but most of his people ended up surrendering, and none of the Marines ever got charged for anything with that. They never got charged of anything because the government deemed that they were basically defending themselves and protecting their town. Thank you, Steve, for the super chat. Most of those migrants are able-bodied young men. Yes, a lot of them I saw were young military-age men. I could try to get the achievements in Half-Life 2. Isn't Half-Life 2 on Xbox? I might just play it on Xbox instead of PC if that's the case. What can you remind me, what does Tony Cipriani's voice actor do in The Sopranos? Also, Tony Cipriani's voice actor also plays in The Sopranos game. He also plays a character in that one. Because I just like playing it more on console. But is there something different on PC, Hamzat? Mark, do you still need help with your heist, by the way? I can help you with it in a little bit. Nicaragua is the Russia of Central America. In a way, yeah. Top 10 worst presidents of the United States in U.S. history. Uh, if I was to name the worst U.S. president of all time, Mark, if you can wait for me, I'm gonna help Kirsten sell 2 businesses, and then I will help you. Okay? The In my opinion, the worst U.S. president of all time, Isaiah, has got to be James Buchanan. And the reason that James Buchanan, I would say, is the number one worst president in American history is because Buchanan did nothing to stop the Civil War from happening. He was the president right before Lincoln, and what happened was the Confederacy was basically building like a giant army. They were threatening to secede, and Buchanan basically said, oh, if they want to secede, they're going to secede. There's nothing I can do about it. That was Buchanan's entire response. So, have you ever wondered why? You ever wondered why the Confederacy just had such a large army like ready? Like it was like right when the Civil War happened. You ever wondered how they managed to build up such an army and have that ready right there? It was because they were building it up during Buchanan's presidency, and Buchanan basically did nothing to stop that. So a president that basically allows his country to fall to civil war, in my book, has got to probably be the worst president in history. Hmm. Could I help you with that next time, James? Is that okay? Do I know about Skokie, Illinois? No. What is that? Is that a town or something? Kevin Mucci, an associate of the New York Lupertazzi family. Well, I gotta watch that thing, watch that scene again. Then my thoughts on Christopher Columbus, and Columbus Day. Um, well, about Christopher Columbus, he helped discover the well, what the okay, hang on. Okay, so about Christopher Columbus is Christopher Columbus arrived in the New World, and I get he does deserve credit for reporting it, to the rest of the world, because before that the rest of the world didn't. He wasn't the one who discovered America. People had already lived here, but he does deserve credit for reporting it to the rest of the world. Technically, he wasn't the first European. The Vikings were technically the first Europeans that arrived in America, and some people even believe the Templars, the French Templars, were actually in America after that too. But uh, yeah, Columbus is just a controversial figure. That's what I'll say about. At times he was honorable, but then at other times is he did engage in slavery. He did also scam natives too. So I would say he's more of a controversial figure. Well, yeah, Buchanan. I don't think a lot of people expected Buchanan to be as of a disaster as he was, but he was a terrible president. He was. Pearl, I wish that there are Polish restaurants in my city. There are Czech, Russian, but not Polish. Oh, I'm curious. Do the people in those restaurants, are they from like Russia, the Czech Republic? Well. Well, Columbus wasn't scared of the ocean. Like, sailing across the ocean in that time period was very dangerous because people, you have to also remember in Columbus's time when Columbus was alive in that time period, and you guys are gonna think that this is ridiculous, and you guys are gonna think this is funny. But what in Columbus's time period, everybody basically believed, most people believed the world was flat at that time. They basically believed that uh, if you were that you would just fall over the other edge. So a lot of people, there were people at that time who said that the world was round, but there were still a lot of people who believed the world was flat. And so in Columbus's time, nobody knew what was really past the Atlantic Ocean. While the Vikings were the first Europeans that were um, uh, in uh, in the New World, uh, it wasn't reported. But about Columbus is he took a risk sailing across the ocean, not knowing what was there. That was the thing, is that could have gone on forever. Like, he could have never come back from that. And people believed in his time period that there was a giant waterfall, that like eventually you would reach the edge of the ocean and there was a giant waterfall and you would just fall off into an abyss. That's basically what people believed happened in like Columbus's time. So like Columbus, what I will say about him is he was very brave, that he managed to take a voyage like that, sailing across the ocean, not knowing if he would run out of food, not knowing if he would hit land ever. He didn't know what was past there. So that's where like his bravery comes in. He did manage to stop his crew from mutinying. So like he was able to negotiate with his crew, keep them all happy together. But at the same time, is I would say that he was a controversial figure. So he was brave. He definitely had courage in him, 100%. But he also scammed the natives. He traded with them and he did not give them fair deals. He gave them stuff that was very common in Europe, that was basically worthless, and he took the stuff that they gave him was much more. On top of that, he did engage in slavery. So that's what I would say about Columbus. Is I wouldn't say that he's overall a good person, but I wouldn't call him like pure evil either. He's more of like a very controversial figure. Do you have Vietnamese? Do you have American restaurants in Vietnam, Gunner? And when I say like American restaurants, I'm talking about like traditional like American food, not like fast food or anything like that. Like a barbecue place or something like that. Do you have that? Do I believe the Earth is flat? No. I don't know how anyone could believe that.
Hey, invoice.
Are they run by Americans or do Americans work there? Okay, Pearson, I'll help you with this business, and then I'm gonna help Mark. Mark, if you could get your heist ready, I will help you with this right afterwards. Okay? There would be no atmosphere if the Earth is flat. Yeah, I agree with you. But the thing is that is your game volume muted? No, it's not. It's just really low. I can turn it up a little bit if you want. But the thing, you know what I've noticed though?
We gonna
What I've noticed is that the people that tend to believe that the Earth is flat, like usually the people that believe the Earth is flat, they're like extremely very religious. And I'm not attacking religion or saying that there's anything wrong with religion, but that is basically where most of the theory comes from. Is it's people basically that are just so into their religious views that they think that the Earth is flat. That's ultimately where a lot of that stuff comes from. Best president of the U.S. in history? That's easy, George Washington. Because if it wasn't for George Washington, we wouldn't have a country in the first place. A lot of people say it's Lincoln. While Lincoln, I would give number two. Washington is number one because without him, there'd be no country. I'm just trying to talk about GTA. What's your question, dude? I can answer any question. GTA 2. I've been to a Vietnamese restaurant before. No, there's actually a few in my town, but I've never gone. I should go though. But here's the thing is, guys, here's what I will tell you is the people that believe that the Earth is flat, those people, 9 times out of 10, you can't convince them that the Earth is not flat. Like you can't. Like it's almost virtually like impossible to convince them because they are so obsessed in their view that you cannot convince them that the Earth isn't flat. You can't convince them that the Earth is round. You can't. No matter how much evidence you show them, they're not going to buy that. They're going to think, oh, that was planted there. Oh, that was put there on purpose. That's false. Like, that's a conspiracy. That's what they would say, ironically, when they believe the biggest conspiracy themselves. There are people out there who believe that Australia is not a real place. Like, they believe that the country of Australia is fake. I'm not even joking. If you don't believe me, you can Google it. Google Australia's fake conspiracy. That's a real conspiracy. So, like, if there are people that believe nonsense like this, is like you're not going to convince them. So that's what I'll say about that. No matter what you do, there is a there was this scientist who scientist. I think he was actually a priest who had some people in his church who believed that the Earth was flat, and he could not believe that, and so he wanted to convince people. He wanted to convince some of the people in his church that the Earth was not flat. So what he did was he took some people from his church on a trip to Antarctica, and he actually paid for their tickets. He paid for everything. He paid thousands of dollars to have specific equipment, and he had like a camera there, and he ran some kind of experiment to show that the Earth was not a flat, and what happened was it proved that the Earth was round. And a lot of the people that were there on that, they basically said that it was that they agreed with him. But then when other flat Earth people looked at that, they basically said, "Oh no, it was a conspiracy." And they said that the flat Earth people who went with that priest to do that experiment were in on it. That's basically what they were saying. They were saying that it's a conspiracy. And I will tell you something else. Is do you know what the best way to a lot of times debunk like conspiracies is think about it this way. And it's the same thing with the moon landing conspiracy, right? Do you know what the best proof is that the moon landing conspiracy is nonsense? We actually did land on the moon. We did. People think that it is a that it was like a movie set. People think that it was just pre-recorded. We did land on the moon. But you know what the best proof of that is? The best proof of that is the Soviet Union. And why is the Soviet Union proof that we landed on the moon? Because think about it this way. When we first landed on the moon, people back then said that it was fake. They said that this was not real. Do you not think that the Soviet Union, America's greatest enemy, investigated it? Do you not think that they would have checked that to make sure that we actually landed on the moon? If we didn't land on the moon, then why didn't the Soviet Union expose it? With all the spies that the Soviet Union has, the vast network of information that they have, don't you think they would have done everything in their power to expose something like that happening? So, like, something like that, you would need governments to be involved in, unless you're going to argue that both the Soviet Union and the U.S., both of them, that they collaborated to conceal the moon landing, which is nonsense. So, the point that I'm getting at is that when it comes to like the flat Earth stuff, you would have to have all of the world governments, like collaborating together and working together to basically say that the Earth is flat. Do you see how insane that is? Think about how many countries there are. There are hundreds of countries on this planet. The fact that like every single government, like Russia, China, and America, countries that hate each other, and even North Korea says the world is even North Korea says that the world is round. So just imagine that you have all of these countries who just hate each other, and they all agree, you know what? We're all going to be working together, and we're all going to, make a giant conspiracy that the world is flat. So that's what makes no sense about it, is that if something like that was true, if the Earth actually was flat, you would have to have so many people involved in a conspiracy like that, and they would not be able to hide it. Somebody would expose it eventually. So it's nonsense. It's not, the Earth is round. So I don't know how anybody can believe that the Earth is flat. There's just so many things, like, just use pure logic. Not even science, just pure logic. Just looking at it, that, you know how many people would have to hide a conspiracy like that? It'd be impossible to hide something like that. There are, like, even look at, like, Red Bull. Like, remember when Red Bull, when they had that thing where the guy jumped at the edge of space? You could see what the Earth looked like from the edge of space. So that is, uh, they're always saying, oh, this is a conspiracy, that is just nonsense. But yeah, I shouldn't be talking about this anymore. This flat Earth stuff is just stupid. It's just dumb. That's because they're holding the info. Dude, come on. Are you trolling or are you being serious? How can you believe the Earth is flat if the moon and sun is seen as round? I know, but it's the problem is you have people that believe that the Earth is flat. I just ignored him a lot of times, D. I appreciate you, I appreciate you, you standing up for me, but I just ignore the people that are talking crap to me most of the time. Ow. Okay. Thank you.
Corporate stooge!
Red Bull didn't have a regular camera lens. Just saying, dude, are you trolling or are you being serious, dude? You know what I think the most insane conspiracy that I think I've ever heard is? It's probably the Grand Unified Conspiracy, and it's even more insane than the Flat Earth Conspiracy. Do you know what the Grand Unified Conspiracy is? It's a conspiracy that every single thing is a conspiracy, including the conspiracies themselves. So the conspiracies are a conspiracy in order to hide a conspiracy. That's basically what the conspiracy is. And if you're following the conspiracy all the way, that means that the Grand Unified Conspiracy is a conspiracy in itself too. So that's like probably the most insane conspiracy I've heard. Is probably that. Okay, I'm gonna help Mark right now with his heist, Pierston, if that's okay. The Earth is flat, your argument makes no sense. Anyone who doesn't believe the Earth is flat knows absolutely nothing. Wait, Austin, are you being serious or are you just joking right now? Let me help Porsche here. The last update takes my willingness to play this game, but I'll still watch you, man. Have a nice grinding. Well, thank you, D. Napoli. Okay, let's do the, Have you heard of Operation Unthinkable? Yes, it was the British plan to invade the Soviet Union. I'm trolling. Okay, good. You had me concerned for a moment, Austin. Okay. Okay, Mark, we will get Elite Challenge this time. We'll do my absolute best to get it.
So it should work.
What's the approach?
Same as last time.
Okay.
He's in the plasma cutter.
Okay, perfect. I don't think it really would have changed anything, Gunner.
This is it. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Head to the Bell Building staff entrance.
Yeah, speed run.
Yeah, this is literally as ridiculous as this sounds, this is literally the best way to get into the court center, is just doing this with the vigilante. Oh my god, now I'm wasting more time flipping it constantly.
Okay, boss. Remember, painting and forgery and bags as full of art as you can fill them. We're so close. I've been creatively visualizing.
Oh my god. I really overshot that. I really overshot that. Okay. 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 Okay, let's do this.
Just FYI, I looked through your contacts. You know Paige Harris, right? I mean, I hope so, because she's agreed to help us out today in exchange for pulling some strings. Drives a hard bargain, I'll tell you that. Okay, we got different entry points with different advantages. Which one you take is up to you. Hey, boss, do you still own a
Okay,
draw?
don't drop that guy, wait.
Take down some guards nice and
Follow him. He's mine. Okay, come on, keep moving. Don't run too much, because sometimes they hear that. Okay, crouch walk here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, we're going to wait a moment. We're going to need to wait for the guard to get in the other corner here now. Okay, he's mine. Mark, that was really risky what you did there.
Yeah, it was.
I don't like doing that. I just like to wait till the camera turns. I know if you're really quick, you can run through it, but it's just...
If you stand it too long, you get detected?
It's 2 seconds. It's less than the casino. The casino time gives you a bigger window than these cameras. These cameras are worse than casino cameras. Okay, we're gonna go downstairs first. Let me hack the elevator. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, what do you want to hit first? The basement or the exhibition floor? These elevator keypads are tough. You gotta get the red line through from end to end, but the bits, you know, they're erratic.
Okay, perfect. Okay, come on, let's go to basement.
Alright, we gotta unlock the doors to the laser room. The controls are in the security office.
Goddamn keypad.
Should I shoot this guard right here?
I got him. Okay, let me see here. Where's...
I can't hear.
Okay. Good work. Okay, we're making progress.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot we're going. So that's every 10. That's right.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Nice one.
I'll disable the cameras.
Okay, boss, you can use
Okay.
the controls here to loop the feed. It's a temporary fix, but it'll stop anyone seeing you on the CCTV and buy you some time without drawing attention. DM'd your code, boss. Should override the
Okay, let's see if the rare item is in the loading bay.
Hey, that's a loading bay keycard, right? You just got yourself another exit, boss.
Nope, it's not here. Okay. Okay.
What's the code?
The code is 173181. You stay. I'm gonna go upstairs while you're doing that. And I'm gonna clear it upstairs.
Laser time, baby.
You don't need to shoot this camera. You just can disable it temporary.
You can disable those cameras, but then it can be annoying to turn them back on or disable them again.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing really good.
Those cabinets are hooked up to the panel we found. You gotta disable it before you smash anything if you don't
Okay, I'm
want
looking at my
stuff to go on.
stopwatch. We're already at 5 minutes and 24 seconds. We might be able to get a lead on this one. Okay. Okay, I gotta shoot that camera up there. Shoot this button that disables the moving camera. I hope that did it.
Alright, you got hands, you got bags, you should be able to carry a good amount out of there.
It was a single bullet. Can you come upstairs?
Yeah.
Come upstairs with me. The top floor.
Okay.
What do you think the odds are of us getting burglarized again?
Upper floor.
You know
Yes.
what? Actually, don't tell me.
Okay.
Okay, get left. I'm getting right. Okay, ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1. Nice work. Okay, I got the key. Okay, stay right here. I will, open the shutter for you.
Hopefully this works this time if I got the plasma better.
Okay, well, we should be good. Hold on, this camera's being annoying. I'm gonna have to shoot this thing.
Smart, smart. Just make sure you don't take out too many. Hey, boss, if you got one person on those shutter controls, another could run into the exhibition room and loot the art.
You can shoot two. The third, when you shoot the third one, it doesn't alert them, but it makes them suspicious. They start walking around really quick, and they find bodies, and then you're screwed. Something's weird with the camera here. The camera's like glitched out in the main room. It's like I never see it at that angle, but whatever. I'm not gonna question it right now. I got two of the buyer's targets down here. I'm gonna grab them. Okay, so I'll get the two of them. Loot the second floor up there until you're full.
There's no guards nearby. Nice one, boss. I'll arrange the sales.
Okay, that's everything. We got all buyer's target completely done. I just gotta fill my bag now.
Now's your chance. Grab what you can.
I'll read chat in just a moment, guys. I'm just trying to help them get Elite Challenge on this. Are you full? Yep. Okay, I'm just gonna smash one thing when we're leaving, so we're just gonna go to vault right now. Basement. Which one is it? Oh, I think I can get through this one. Okay. Okay, give me a moment. I think I can do this. You got EMP?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this, boss. Think agile thoughts.
Whoa, that was risky.
No, I got it.
Turn some of the lasers off.
Okay.
Watch me.
This is gonna be the worst part.
Oh, this is the worst one. This is so risky.
Yeah, I've basically become an acrobat with this. Okay. I made a whole... If anybody's wondering how I get through these lasers, watch my guide. I made a guide on the channel on how to get through all 6 lasers. Okay. Watch my guide, it'll help you out.
You're gonna see a series of signals. Only enter the
Okay.
last one.
crap.
We only get a few attempts before security are alerted.
This one here. Okay. I messed a little bit up on that one, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Let's do another.
Okay, we're through. I'm gonna get main target. We're at 12 minutes on the stopwatch. We're actually running at good time still. We could still make it on elite.
Boss, you gotta get the guards worked up.
Vault unlocked.
Why does it say the guards will get suspicious if another camera is destroyed? We didn't destroy anything.
You got it, boss.
We already... Okay.
You know what to do. Swap her over. There's thermal sensors that would trigger the alarm if you're in here too long, so you gotta move fast. Our mutual friend Paige is hacking the sensors to slow the...
Don't worry about that. What that basically... That's just basically an alarm. When that gets all the way to the end, it detects us. But we're gonna be out before then, so don't worry. Do you have the garment factory? Okay. Because it slows down the sensors, that's what it does. Okay, Mark, run to the end of the room, get ready to hit the button. I'll be over there in one moment.
Those look strong. I don't think you're breaking into those without the right tools. Piece of cake, huh, boss?
Okay, hit the button.
Okay, remember,
The second you hit that, hit EMP. The Securo serve, the triangle pyramid. Hopefully it goes through quickly. Okay.
Everybody relax. Probably that asshole singer blowing the fuse again.
Get your shotgun out. Come over here. Get left. I'm getting right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, come on. Run right up here. And don't hit the exit yet. I'm just gonna grab one thing before we leave. Like how he knows what he's grabbing in pure darkness. Okay. Okay, hit the door. We're good.
Just keep your distance and you'll be in the clear.
Okay.
The character also sees that shit too.
Yeah. We're making good time. We can still make elite. I'll read chat in a little bit, guys. I'm trying to help him get elite on this. Every heist today so far was a success. For the other times it was disasters. Oh, you didn't need to shoot him, but okay.
Hey, boss, your mansion's
How can we drive?
throwing their weight around trying to draw the cops' attention. That
Oh.
means less attention on you.
You're gonna drive?
Guys, huh? I mean, insane, but loyal. And with the upgrades,
Okay.
huh?
Don't drive straight down this road.
You've been spotted, boss. Watch out.
You always want to take the hills, yeah. Mark, did you shoot your gun at all during this heist? Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm just wondering because that shot, in case that shot missed the accuracy. Keep flooring it. Follow the GPS route. Once you get away from this area, it's easier to lose the cops.
That might be the lack of sleep, but I'm pretty sure it's the overwhelming sense of achievement.
Keep going. Follow GPS. Right here, you're gonna want to cut across the park. You know what park I'm talking about, right? No, keep going, GPS. This one here. Cut across.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go right.
Yeah, that's the freeze frame. Rapid is Ball State besties for life. Roll credits with pics of me and you pouring champagne, sunset on the beach, doing yayo off a
Keep following GPS. Go right here. Right.
Yep.
Keep following GPS. Oh crap! You're gonna need to make this turn really quick. Okay. Oh no. Crap. Okay, I'm driving. Get on. Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna hit Elite Challenge. On time, I think we're good. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm worried about accuracy. That's what I'm just worried about. Don't worry about it if it is. It is what it is, if anything.
What's the accuracy again?
90%.
Oh, shoot.
And your shotgun pellets, they don't have to all hit the target. Just as long as you kill them, it counts as 100% accuracy. Okay, this is gonna be really close now here.
Thanks.
Okay, let's see if we got Elite Challenge on this. Let's see, this is gonna be really close. Let's see if we got Elite. Did we get Elite? Let's see.
Fingers crossed. Get that down. Oh,
Right, it's-
come on, dude.
18 seconds. Okay.
Oh, we got that done at least.
Accuracy, we got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Alright.
Ah. I'll set one up for next week and stuff. We can try to get a new one.
Okay. If you keep painting, do you still get the same amount of money? The associate that got the helper gets more money if the person keeps the painting, because they get pretty much most of the secondary loot. But the person who keeps the painting, they only get like 200k, I think it is. I already have the Elite Challenge, by the way, but I just wanted to help Mark here, but we were close. I think that crash cost you time in the end, maybe.
Yeah,
But
stupid light pole. Yeah, that light pole cost us that.
yeah.
At least we tried.
Pro, if you were the U.S. president back in the 1950s and 60s, how would you force West Germany to continue denazifying? Because the former Nazis got employed by the BND or the government. You mean the German army and the government? Yes. What I would have done is all foreign aid would be cut to Germany if they don't, arrest these people. And on top of that, it would also be that they would have been kicked out of NATO. So Western Germany would have been kicked out of NATO if I was president, if they were doing that. Okay, I'll see you, Mark. Okay. Hey, bro, earlier I brought me an accurate, scaled, and detailed Mica revolver replica. It costs a whole 300 if you want to know the site. I can tell you they do a lot of game props and even stuff, even Star Wars. Oh, okay, yeah, you can tell me stuff. Which one is it? Is it the Colt revolver that he uses? Is it that one? How would Edward Kenway know if he felt Hatham was trying to kill Connor disturbed and sad? Like he would be even more sad when he finds out Hatham trying to kill Adewale in Rogue. Oh, the BND. I thought you were talking with the Bud, the German military for a moment. Gunner. But okay. That was just the name of it, Aaron. I will be wrapping up my stream here. I'll answer a few questions before I go. Okay, let me see here. Great stream, Patrick. Take care, man. Thank you. Yeah, I just haven't had dinner yet, so I'm just a bit hungry. Is anybody, if anybody's new to my channel and you enjoy my content, subscribe to me. It would help me out a lot.